people of the world. Rev Mio TV, Rev Mio TV. Hey, listen, man, we're gonna bring y'all another one today, man. Hey, look, y'all know I am a real preacher. I did serve 16 years of my life incarcerated. I done served time in both the state of Georgia prison system and the federal prison system, right? So I did state and fed time, man. Um, 16 years total. Listen, I'm gonna give y'all one today, man. I'm gonna give y'all a camp story. I'm gonna give y'all a camp story, right? Cause people be thinking like the camps is just like you ain't gonna never see nothing, get into nothing, be bothered by nothing or nothing like that. That ain't the case. You know what I'm saying? So I'm finna give y'all this right here, right? And I'm gonna break it down to you. Um, First of all, though, man, y'all know I got something that I'm trying to bring to YouTube. I'm gonna bring it to social media. Period. I'm gonna bring it to social media, but my goal is to get my numbers up to at least 7,000 subscriptions before I bring it to social media. It's something that's done in a different way, right? Y'all gonna love it, but it only makes sense, I believe, if I get the subscriptions up high enough first, right? So y'all help me get the subscriptions up. Share this video with at least 3 people. With at least 3 people, share this video. Matter of fact, all my videos share with at least 3 people. So listen, young people, stay out of jail, stay out of prison. If you've never been to jail, never been to prison, please don't go. If you been, please don't go back, man. Make good decisions. Good choices leads to good results. Bad choices leads to bad consequences, man. So listen. Oh man, let's talk about. So understand when you go to a higher security prison, right? Higher security is like a medium security or a USP or something like that, or like in the state of Georgia, you know what I'm saying? If you like a level 4, level 5 um, prison, something like that, even level threes. Back in the days, I know level threes was knocking too. You know what I'm saying? But I think they done built more prisons now, and they kind of got the population um, kind of scattered a little bit differently. I think from what I understand nowadays, but back in the 90s when I was in prison, boy, the state of Georgia, you couldn't go nowhere, man. To no prison, whichever prison it was, for real, all of them were knocking, man. You understand? So look, um, I'm gonna tell y'all about. I'm gonna give y'all a camp story, right? Because the thing about the camp is, when you at a federal prison camp, it ain't supposed to be like that. People ain't supposed to be fighting and scuffling and getting beat up and stuff like that. But it happens. The Atlanta camp is a different kind of camp. The Atlanta camp is a different kind of camp, different kind of mentality, period, man. Point blank, period. And a lot of the stuff got to do with the money that's being made over there, or that was being made. It's so much money, boy. Some stuff I just can't say. Some stuff I cannot say because it's some of that stuff, man, that they'll probably never catch on to, or that they probably just have not caught on to, that goes on over there. That where if you in that group that's making the money, man, you gonna make so much money. I didn't do no hustling. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't do no hustling. I wasn't by the time I was at the camp, I'm heavy in the ministry. I was at I was the compound pastor, the inmate pastor. So but just because I didn't do none of the stuff don't mean that I didn't see it all the time or that I didn't know what was going on. Like um anyway, I knew a lot of what was going on. So listen, man, when you at the camp, you you ain't seeing no bloodbaths where people just, what I'm saying, no knife fights and stuff like that. You're gonna see some locks in the socks. You're gonna see some of that every now and then. You're gonna see a lot of one-on-ones. It's gonna be some one-on-ones. Come on, let's go. Ain't no police even gonna know you fighting. They not gonna see you fighting. Period. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't enough police at a camp. So the police not gonna be in the dorm. They not gonna be looking at you in the booth or nothing like that. It ain't set up like that, right? So dudes got problems, they gonna take it to the back, you know what I'm saying? And they gonna get the scuffling, they gonna, handle their business or whatever, and that's gonna be the end of it, right? Or they might, they might go for a round two or something. And then that's gonna be the end of it. And then if somebody get hurt bad enough, Then the police gonna find out some kind of way. They gonna come through for count, and they gonna see, man, what happened to your eye? Man, why your lips swole up like that? Man, come here, let me. And they gonna see now. Nah, you been fighting, man. I fell out the shower, man. I'm saying, nah, I slipped coming out the shower. Ain't nothing wrong. Nah, nah, nah. You been fighting. They gonna try to do an investigation. It depends on who the police, who the officer is, though. Some of them officers gonna, all right. If you say you failed, then all right, you fail. They gonna leave it at that. They ain't gonna investigate. But then, you got them other officers. They gonna do investigation. They gonna, you know what I'm saying, lock the unit down or something like that. They gonna start asking questions. You know what I'm saying? Then if you got somebody who don't like you, somebody who trying to cross you out and get you out the picture, they might go and tell the police, hey man, hey, officer such, man, nah man. Him and what's called were back there fighting, man. The dude slammed him back there on the table back there. That's what happened to his eye. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So anyway, but 9 times out of 10, if you at the camp, you gonna get away with a fight. You just gonna get away with it. So I'm gonna tell y'all about this one dude, right? One dude named Mike, man. Mike. I forget where Mike was from. I don't know. He wasn't from Georgia though. I don't think he was from Georgia. So Mike was, slim dude, probably 6'2", something like that. On the slim side though. Worked out. He mostly stayed to himself, but he had a smart mouth though. He stayed to himself for the most part, something like that. But he had a way of talking that when he talked to you, like you kind of double take, like man, what you say, or like man, who you talking to? That kind of thing. He'll get that kind of reaction out of you, because of his tone or his delivery, right? So he got that all the time. So people be like, man. So a lot of people, probably just didn't kind of fool with him because um, they just felt like, man, dude, he kind of just kind of rub you the wrong way when he talking or whatever, right? So it was a few dudes, man, on the compound, on the yard, man, who, they had a good knockout record. People, what I mean, they done knocked out a few of them, two, three dudes or something like that. Well, Conway was one of them, man. Big Conway. Conway was from South Georgia. Big black country dude. Conway about 6'3", 6'4". Man, Conway weigh about 260. You know what I'm saying? Just a big old dude. He might have been 270. Big old dude. And then the thing is, when you in prison and you working out, you got so much time to work out, so much time to, you know what I'm saying, live. Conway was in decent shape for a big dude and stuff like that too, right? So a lot of dudes was scared of Conway. Cause, like I say, he had a good little knockout record. You know what I'm saying? And so people, folk didn't want to wreck with Conway. They didn't want to wreck with Conway. So Conway, like I said, he from South Georgia. Young people, stay out of prison, man. Stay out of these situations. Make good decisions with your life, man. All right. Learn how to be the one in your crew that when somebody say, hey man, we ought to go over here and do this. It sounds like trouble. Learn how to be the one to say, nah man, y'all go ahead. I'm going home. All right. So look, Conway back in our dorm, he came at our dorm for something. So Mike back in the laundry room. No, 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 no. Yeah. Okay. I thought I was finna tell one part ahead of another part, but nah, that's right. So Mike in the laundry room. So for some reason, Conway go back there, and I don't know if he got in Mike's way or Mike felt like he was, kind of interfering with what he had going on back there in the back or something. But Mike say something to Conway, kind of out the way, and Conway took it like that. So Mike say something like, uh, hey man, watch what you're doing, man, or you ain't got no business doing that, or something like that. And so Conway like, man, who you talking to, man? Man, you must don't know who you talking to, blah blah blah, like that. And so Mike was like, I'm talking to you, you know what I'm saying? But nigga, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know I don't cuss. I'm talking to you, nigga, you know what I'm saying? Mother blah blah blah. So Conway like, man, boy, you better find you somebody to play with, boy. And so Mike keep talking. Next thing you know, Conway done So he done boo boo boo. He got him back there, man. He got him back there in that laundry room. You know what I'm saying? Conway got him back there in that laundry room, man. He done roughed him off back there. You know what I mean? He done roughed him off back there. So next thing I know, I see dudes, you know what I'm saying, coming out of there like, God, like, man, he just did that boy bad. You know them, you know, that kind of thing. You know, after somebody got to fight, man, he like, man, Conway just did that boy bad, man. God, dog, man. You know what I'm saying? So Conway come out. Conway come out there, you know, he big old black joker, you know what I'm saying? He come out there, he ain't saying too much. You know what I mean? Like, man, I told dude, leave me alone, you know what I'm saying? And blah blah. So he leave on out the dorm. So I ain't thinking no more about the situation, right? I ain't thinking nothing about the situation, man. Um, so probably about I don't know if it was the next day or 2 days later, because I used to work in the dentist office too, right? So probably about 2 days later, my cellmate B come over there. He come over there to me laughing, man. Excuse me. I seen B like out on the yard somewhere, and B came over. He like, hey man. He like, hey man, I just seen the funniest thing in the world, man. I'm telling you, man, I just seen the funniest thing in the world. So I'm like, man, what you talking about, man? 'Cause he was silly too, right? So he said, man, I'm telling you, man, I swear to God, I just think I seen Mike putting his teeth back in his mouth. So Mike is the dude who got the fighting with Conway. So I said, man, go ahead on, man. Stop playing, man. Go on, man. He said, man, I'm telling you, man. Hey, Sally, man, I'm telling you. Man, I'm telling you, I think I just seen him pushing his teeth back up in his mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like this. I said, man, stop playing. Go on ahead on, man. He said, man, I'm telling you, I think, man. So he said like he think he saw dude like take some kind of paper or some kind of cardboard or something and wedge it between the tooth, you know what I'm saying, to make it like tight and pushing the teeth back up in his gums, right? So I'm like, man, go on, man. You ain't seen no junk like that, man. You know what I'm saying? The man probably was just flossing or holding his mouth or something, man. He was like, man, I'm telling you, man. So I ain't say nothing about it, you know what I'm saying? So a little later on, man, we, you know what I mean, came in after the 4 o'clock count or you know, whatever, after the whatever it is. So we sitting over at one table, me and B and some more people. So the dude, Mike, he's sitting over at another table in the TV room. Man, next thing I know, I see dude keep messing with his mouth. He keep like doing something like this. He messing with his mouth. He keep doing it. He keep doing it, right? And so B was like, man, I told you, man. I told you. Man, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, man. I think Conway knocked his teeth out. So I'm like, man, no, man, it can't be what he doing. Like I see what he doing, but he got his hand kind of over his mouth, right? And he pushing, you know what I'm saying, like doing like that. And so then finally, man, I see him. Like he turned and like his hand turned where I could see. Man, that man teeth, his his teeth were doing like this in his mouth. Like this how loose it was. So he been pushing teeth. His teeth were doing like that. So he been over there pushing teeth back up in his head, back up in his gums, man. Right? So I'm like, God, I get up and walk around the corner, man. I get up, walk out the TV room, walk in the door. I'm like, God, dog. So B, he come around there laughing and stuff, man. Like, man, I told you, man, I know what I saw. I said, man, golly. I said, man, Conway knocked that man teeth out, man. Conway knocked the man teeth out, right? So he been trying to push him back up in his gums and stuff, right? So I don't realize how bad it is yet, right? I'm just thinking, man, he probably, you know what I'm saying, probably knocked about one or two of them loose or something. They probably just loose, you know what I mean? Now remember I said I worked in the dentist office, right? So I worked in the dentist office, man. That next day, that next morning, dude come up in the dentist office, man. He come over there, you fill out the little paperwork and stuff out, you know what I'm saying? And you come on in. And I used to actually I used to observe a lot in the dentist office. You know what I'm saying? Like I observed a lot. I used to see everything really that goes on with the patients. You know what I mean? Man, that man got around there, man. I'm standing right there. And that man got around there when they called him around there, man. And Doc looking in his mouth and stuff, man. Man, Conway done knocked all this man teeth out, man. Man, this man had a number of teeth. When I say all of them, I don't mean literally all of them. But Conway had them knocked out about 4 or 5 teeth out. You know what I'm saying? So I guess they probably had been loose already. You know what I'm saying? But Conway had them knocked about 4 or 5 of this man's teeth out. So he been over there pushing them back up and in. So then as Doc, you know what I'm saying, start get to messing with his mouth and his teeth and stuff, and realize it's other teeth in his mouth that's loose. So however hard Conway don't hit him, I don't know if he two-pieced him, three-pieced him, or what. But man, he done messed this man whole mouth. He done knocked some of them out and knocked some of them loose. If they was already loose, then he done made them more loose. You understand? Man, listen, man. The man got his whole grill messed up, man, from fighting in prison, man. I'm talking about, and it wasn't no, it wasn't no weapons used or nothing. This toe-to-toe combat. Man, that man knocked his teeth out, man. So he got all his teeth pulled out. Yeah, he got all his teeth pulled out that day. Right there, that day, he got all his teeth pulled out. You know what I'm saying? To get him set up for the dentures or whatever. So he got his teeth pulled out, man. And, you get them teeth pulled out, you get all them stitches and stuff up in there and all that stuff, and then you gotta wait. It ain't like on the street, where they gonna, kind of accommodate you to try to look kind of halfway decent. Now in prison, they pulled all his teeth out. Then he had to wait. I don't know, maybe a couple weeks or whatever for the dentures to come in. You know what I'm saying? You got to get fitted for him and do all that stuff first. You know what I mean? So, but he was walking around there with no teeth in his mouth for a couple weeks. The man that got to fighting over there, man, and got all his teeth messed up, man. His whole mouth got messed up, man. So listen, young people, stay out of trouble. Stay out of prison. Stay out of these folk jailhouses. Because this story that I just told you was at a minimum security prison right there, man. Now, that ain't all I done been to. But I'm saying that was at a minimum security prison right there. Don't think just because they send you somewhere that's supposed to be soft that somebody won't go upside your head, man. Know what I mean? So listen, man, young people, y'all are smart. Y'all are bright. Use it for the better good. All right? And old people, adults, grown folks, 35, 45 and up. Listen, man, we got to be a shining light to our youth, to our young people. Grab hold of one or two of them. Even people that's outside of your household, but people in your community, grab hold of at least one or two of them, man, and try to be a difference maker in their life, right? Rev Mio TV, y'all share this video with at least 3 people. Y'all be blessed, man. Rev Mio TV.